All right, so we're here with Micah Baldwin, VP of Biz Dev at Lijit, and thanks for talking with us today.
No problem.
So can you tell us a little bit about Lijit for those that don't know?
Sure. So Lijit is a blog search tool you can place on your blog. It allows you to aggregate all your social content and make it searchable. So you can do searches on my blog and find my Flickr, my YouTube, trusted sources, and then allow you to monetize that if that's what you're interested in doing.
Definitely. So, and I actually use Lijit on my blog, and I think it's a great platform. I love all the customization you can do. And can you talk a little bit about that for customizing based on your
So the two places you can customize are the search widget itself, so the box that sits on your front of your site. And so you can do pretty much anything you want if you know a lot about CSS, which I know nothing, so I ask other people to do. And then we have the opportunity to change how the search results appear, sort of whether you have an overlay or it's in your site search results. And then we're constantly building out ways to make the actual results look differently. So right now we're starting to roll out a feature, which is previously unreleased, which is the first image of your blog post will actually appear within the results.
Oh, very cool.
And you can click on a link that'll give you all the comments that are in the post. So it gives you all the information around the individual post.
So obviously we're at South by Southwest 2009, and what have you here for? What have you gotten out of it so far?
It's my second South by.
Nice.
So luckily I'm not as blurry-eyed and wide-eyed as I was last year.
Right.
It's great. It's great to reconnect with people. There's obviously business relationships that you can create, but every year it's learning. Last year I sort of didn't know anybody and was bouncing around meeting a million people. This year I know a million people and I'm meeting a million more. I'm speaking, tomorrow morning on a panel with people that I look up to, like Louis Gray and Gabe Rivera, Marsha Kirkpatrick, and so these are people that normally were just words on a page, and now I'm able to actually meet them face to face. So South by is really an opportunity for me to build new trust relationships, which is awesome.
And your panel, actually, you have an awesome panel topic tomorrow. It's about kind of trying to digest all of this content that's out there.
Right.
And the way that we use social media, the way that we consume information is really changing. What are some of the things you guys are going to talk about?
Yeah, so we're talking about how do you go beyond RSS to find content. And I'm a firm believer in that in the real world, you ask people, right? And you can't do that effectively online. One of the things that's really cool about Lijit, right, is that it's all about trust relationships. So if my blog is connected to your blog, say through a blog roll, I do a search on, somebody does a search on my blog, they find your content, they're going to trust you and your content because they trust me. And that's how you build up great ways to find content online. So if you have these little mini communities that are centered around topics, so you have a community centered around cycling or a community centered around flight simulation, you can go and do these searches and you can find content that you would never have found before because you start with somebody who's an expert, somebody that has a little bit of expertise, a little bit of influence, and you can start there to learn all this other stuff. So I think that's probably the easiest way now to find content.
Very cool. And so just last question for you. Yeah. So obviously, everything's evolving. We've gone from blogging to microblogging to status updates, all this. Where do you see blogging heading, and how does it fit in overall in the next 3 to 5 years?
So I see video being huge, obviously. I think that's really the next piece. People are able to express themselves in ways that are new and unique. I think that blogging is a great way for people that have never written before to understand the love of writing and the love of expressing ideas and the love of being transparent about what they're doing in their daily lives. And I think video is the clear next phase of that. I just walked out of a panel where the guy from YouTube said that they get 13 hours uploaded every minute, right? Of that 13 hours, you've got to imagine 4 of those hours have to do with basically video blogs, maybe 5 hours. Slowly that'll grow. And so I do believe that video is probably the next biggest piece. I also think that there'll be more greater interaction. So if you have video and writing, all of a sudden you have this great connection where you're able to interact very quickly, as well as being able to put together really unique and transparent conversations that you just can't do with just simply the written word.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, and best of luck to you.
You're welcome.
And,
thank you very much.
Looking forward to your panel.
Yeah, I'm excited.